Mistaken for a driver, the billionaire drove the black maid home. What happened next shocked everyone. "Driver, the car is around back. Move." The word slices through the ballroom like broken glass. Conversations freeze. Crystal chandeliers flicker above silk gowns and black tuxedos. Cameras flash. Waiters pause mid-step. Lysander Hale turns slowly. He is still holding the silver pen he used to pledge $20 million. The applause from seconds ago still hums in the air. Now all eyes shift toward him. Celeste Vaughn stands near the marble staircase, one manicured finger pointed toward a young black woman in a maid's uniform. The woman grips a worn leather bag to her chest. Her name tag reads, Amara Cole. I'm not a driver," Amara says, voice barely steady. Celeste does not even look at her. "Just take the keys." The room watches. Some smirk, some whisper. Phones rise. Lysander steps forward before he can explain himself. "Keys?" he asks calmly. Celeste drops them into his palm without thinking. Gasps ripple across the ballroom. Why would one of the richest men in Manhattan accept that insult? What does he see that everyone else ignores? And what is he about to change by one simple decision? Lysander opens the passenger door for Amara. Her jaw tightens. Pride fights humiliation. She steps inside. He walks around the car slowly. Cameras flash harder now. Inside the Bentley, the leather smells new. The door shuts. The outside noise disappears. He starts the engine. "Where to?" he asks. She swallows. "Brooklyn." He shifts into drive, and the billionaire pulls away from his own gala, as a driver. But someone in that ballroom smiles as he leaves. Rain hits the windshield in sharp bursts. Streetlights smear gold across the glass. The city hum fades behind them as Manhattan gives way to the bridge. Neither speaks. The car smells of leather and cologne. The heater hums low. Her hands tremble in her lap. "You don't have to pretend," Amara says quietly. He keeps his eyes on the road. "Pretend. You're not a driver." A beat. "And how would you know?" he asks. She glances at his wrist. "Drivers don't wear a platinum Patek worth $12,000. He almost smiles. "I clean rooms," she adds, "but I observe." The rain grows heavier. Tires glide across wet pavement. "Why did you do it?" she asks suddenly. He thinks about that question, about the look on her face when the room laughed. Because no one else did." The bridge ends. Brooklyn rises ahead. Brownstones, corner stores, quiet sidewalks. They stop in front of a narrow three-story building. The bricks are faded. A porch light flickers. He notices the lights upstairs are off. "You live alone?" he asks. She grips the door handle. "No." A small shadow moves behind a curtain in the top window. His chest tightens. The curtain shifts again. Someone is watching them. Haley Industries CEO spotted driving hotel Maid home. The headline blares across financial news the next morning. Photos flood social media. Him opening the door. Him behind the wheel. The stock ticker at the bottom of the screen flashes red. In his glass office, 40 stories above Manhattan, Lysander stands alone. The skyline stretches wide and cold. Phones vibrate across the conference table. And board members demand answers. Celeste appears on a morning talk show, calm and polished. "He insisted on driving her," she says with a soft laugh. "Very unusual behavior." Unusual. The word spreads like smoke. Investors call for an emergency vote in 48 hours. If confidence drops further, leadership changes. 48 hours. His reflection stares back at him in the glass wall. He loosens his tie. The city noise feels distant, but his mind is not on the board. It is on that shadow behind the curtain. Gray eyes. The way the curtain moved. Why did that image refuse to leave him? His assistant steps in. "Sir, the board wants you in the conference room." He nods, but does not move. Instead, he looks back toward Brooklyn in his mind. 2 weeks later, without cameras, without security, he stands in front of that same building, and he knocks. The door opens slowly. Amara stands there in a plain sweater and jeans. No uniform, no makeup, just steady eyes. "You shouldn't be here," she says. "I need 5 minutes." The hallway smells like laundry soap and old wood. The apartment is small but spotless. Books line the wall, framed certificates hang straight. Columbia University, MBA honors. He stares. "You clean hotel rooms?" he asks quietly. "Bills don't care about degrees," she replies. Footsteps echo from the hallway. Small, careful. A little boy peeks around the corner holding a toy airplane. Curly hair, caramel skin, and gray eyes. The room feels tight. The boy studies him. "What's your name?" Lysander asks, voice low. "Ezra." The word hits like a punch. 5 years ago, on a rooftop in Boston, he told Amara he would name his son Ezra one day. His fingers twitch. Amara looks at the floor. "I was going to tell you." His throat feels dry. "Tell me what?" She meets his eyes. "You never cheated," he says, voice shaking. "No," she answers, "but you never asked." The toy airplane slips from the boy's hand and lands at Lysander's feet. He bends to pick it up and sees his own last name written in small letters on the bottom. Boston, 5 years earlier. Music thumps through a rooftop startup party. The air smells like summer and expensive wine. City lights glow against the harbor. Lysander stands by the railing, young, driven, restless. Amara steps beside him with a laugh that cuts through the noise. They talk for hours, about tech, about dreams, about building something that matters. Weeks turn into months. They move fast, too fast. Then Celeste enters the picture as a public relations consultant. Sharp smile. Perfect timing. One night, Celeste walks into Lysander's office holding printed emails. "She's pregnant," Celeste says, "and she's seeing someone else." The words feel like a knife. Attached are screenshots, messages that look real, a photo of a positive test. He never calls Amara to ask. He blocks her number, cancels the apartment lease, flies back to New York. He tells himself he avoided a trap. Back in the present, Celeste stands in her penthouse office staring at her phone. A message pops up. Lysander visited Brooklyn again. Her jaw tightens. If he learns the truth, everything she built could fall. She opens her laptop and begins typing. What exactly did she fake 5 years ago? What else did she change? Oh, and who is she trying to protect now? Because the countdown has already started. The stock crashes at 9:31 a.m. Red arrows flood every screen inside Hale Industries. Phones ring non-stop. Assistants rush down hallways. News anchors repeat the same phrase over and over. Questions about the child. Who leaked it? Who wants this family destroyed before it even begins? And why is the board meeting moved up to tomorrow morning? Hi, my beautiful family. Welcome back to Mr. Peterson Love Stories, your own family story channel. May God steady your steps today. May every lie sent against you fall apart. May truth rise in your favor. On every major blog, the headline screams, "Billionaire CEO accused of covering up secret son." Anonymous sources claim the child is fake. A setup. A trap. Lysander stands in the center of his office while analysts argue over speakerphone. His jaw tightens. His knuckles turn white against the glass table. In Brooklyn, Amara sits at her kitchen table. The smell of coffee fills the room. Ezra colors quietly beside her. Her phone buzzes non-stop with unknown numbers. She does not panic. She walks to her bedroom closet and pulls down a gray storage box. Inside, printed emails, audio recordings, hospital paperwork, timestamps, screenshots. Every message Celeste sent 5 years ago. Every altered file. Women who get lied to learn to save everything. Back in Manhattan, Celeste refreshes her stock dashboard. She owns hidden shares under another company name. If Hale Industries falls, she earns millions. The emergency board vote is now 24 hours away. Yeah, and Lysander has no idea how deep this runs. But Amara does. Tomorrow decides everything. The words hang in the air of Lysander's penthouse as rain taps against the floor-to-ceiling windows. Midnight glows over the city. 12 hours until the board vote. He stands across from Amara at his dining table. Evidence spreads between them. Printed emails, forensic reports, IP address logs. The smell of ink and paper fills the room. "You kept all this?" he asks. She nods once. "I knew one day truth would matter." He runs a hand through his hair. "Celeste altered the medical portal. She uploaded a fake result under your name. And she told you I cheated." He closes his eyes. Shame burns hot in his chest. Ezra sleeps in the guest room down the hall. A nightlight glows soft blue. Lysander looks at Amara. "If this fails tomorrow, I lose the company." She looks back. "If it fails, my son loses his father twice." Silence stretches between them. He calls his cybersecurity team, orders forensic confirmation. They trace the edits back to an IP registered to a shell company, owned by Celeste Vaughn. 8 hours left. At 3 a.m., the final report arrives. It confirms everything. But Celeste is already preparing her own move. The boardroom doors close with a heavy thud. Long glass table. City skyline behind it. 12 board members seated in dark suits. Cameras from financial media wait outside. 2 hours before market open. Celeste sits calm at the far end. Navy dress. Perfect posture. Lysander stands beside the screen. "Before this vote," he says, voice steady, "there's something you need to see." He clicks the remote. Email chains appear. A time stamps in large. The room grows quiet. He clicks again. IP address logs flash across the screen. "Forensic analysis confirms the pregnancy records were altered," he continues. "From this device." A red circle highlights the location. Celeste's face tightens. He clicks once more. A financial chart appears. A shell company shorting Hale Industries stock over the last month. Owned by Celeste. The room goes still. One board member leans forward. "Is this verified?" The cybersecurity director stands. "Yes, sir. Every document has been authenticated." Celeste rises. "This is a misunderstanding." "No," Lysander says. "This is fraud." Silence. Heavy. Sharp. Security steps inside. "Escort Ms. Vaughn out." She stares at him, anger flashing across her face. As the doors close behind her, the vote is postponed. But outside, 8 reporters wait. And the world is about to hear the truth. The cameras flash as Lysander steps to the podium outside headquarters. The morning air smells crisp. Microphones crowd in front of him. Beside him stands Amara. Calm. Grounded. "And this," he says clearly, "is my son, Ezra Hale." Gasps ripple through the press. Ezra grips his father's hand, unsure but brave. Lysander continues. 5 years ago, I made a decision without asking questions. I will not repeat that mistake. The market opens. Hale Industries' stock begins to climb. Weeks pass. Lysander attends therapy sessions. He shows up for school pickup. He listens more than he speaks. Amara launches her own cybersecurity consulting firm. Clients line up quickly. She does not need saving. He funds a scholarship in her name for single mothers finishing graduate school. Reporters ask if they are back together. She answers carefully. "We're building trust." and for the first time it feels steady. But one question still lingers in the air. Can love grow again after public betrayal? The ballroom lights glow once more. Months later. Another charity gala. Another stage. This time, when someone whispers, "Driver," it is only a joke between them. Lysander stands at the podium and looks into the crowd. "I learned something the hard way," he says. "Power means nothing if you don't protect the people you love." Amara watches from the front table. Ezra sits between them, swinging his legs. Real wealth is not money. It is responsibility. It is humility. It is choosing truth over pride. The night he was mistaken for a driver was the night fate drove him back to his family. Soon, and maybe someone listening right now is one question away from losing something they love. Would you ask before walking away? Would you check the truth before believing a lie? Would you humble yourself to protect your legacy? Because sometimes the person the world overlooks is carrying your future.